Hello everyone, we are presenting our project on price forecasting for crops at the time of sowing. I am Shivashish Upadhyay and my other two group members are Soumya Sharma and Sonal Singh, and we have done this project under the guidance of Mr. Sanjeev Kumar sir. Objective: to create a price forecasting system for crops at the time of sowing. As we know, India, which is primarily an agrarian country, has a bulk of working population engaged in agricultural activities. Therefore, modernization in agricultural activities is very much needed. Deciding what to grow for more profits is a problem for farmers. Price forecasting of farm produce is a way of giving surety to farmer about their livelihood. It will help the farmer to decide what he or she needs to grow. Approach: we have used time series analysis for solving this problem because in this analysis you have just one variable, that is time. You can analyze the time series data in order to extract meaningful statistics and other characteristics. Time series analysis is a statistical technique that deals with the time series data. Time series data means that the data is in a series of time periods or intervals. So here I have shown the various steps that needs to be followed in order to implement the time series analysis. So the first step is visualize the time series. Then we need to stationize the time series. Then after that we will need to plot ACF and PACF chart. Then building a ARIMA model, and then finally making predictions. So for checking whether the time series is stationary or not, we have two tests available, that are rolling statistic test and ADCF test. So in rolling statistic method, rolling mean and rolling standard deviation are plotted along with the original data. If the plot of rolling mean and rolling standard deviation are straight line, then that series is said to be stationary. It is a visual technique. Next, we have ADCF test, or we can say that augmented Dickey-Fuller test. It is a statistical technique. This test returns test statistics, number of observation, critical values at various percentage. In this test, there is a null hypothesis according to which the time series is assumed to be non-stationary. If the test statistic value comes out to be smaller than the critical value, then we can reject the null hypothesis and the time series is said to be stationary. So these were the two tests that we will be using for checking whether the time series is stationary or not. Dataset: we have taken the dataset of potato for forecasting the price. This dataset consists of price of potato along with the dates from 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019 on daily basis. So in total this dataset consists of 365 instances. So we performed time series analysis on this dataset and forecasted the price. Predictions. So here we can see the results. The first figure shows the plot of prediction versus original series, and the next figure shows the price forecasting of potato. In similar way, the price for some other crops can also be forecasted. So we can conclude by saying that the price of potato or some other crops can be predicted or forecasted for many months in advance, and then can be used for making the decision about choosing the particular crop for sowing to earn maximum profit. This system will help to increase the income of farmers and thus contributing to the growth of nation. So now let us have a demo of our project. So firstly, we have imported all the necessary libraries. Then after that, we have imported our dataset. Then we have visualized the time series and tested the stationarity. For testing the stationarity, we have used rolling statistic test and Dickey-Fuller test. The result of both the tests indicated that the time series is not stationary. So for making the time series stationary, we applied various transformations. So the first transformation that we have applied is log transformation. Then after applying log transformation, we again checked the stationarity of the time series. Then we applied one more transformation, that is square root transformation. And after applying this transformation also, we check the stationarity of the time series, and then we compared both the transformations and we found the log transformation better. Now the next step is removing trend. So for removing trend, we have two methods, that is moving average method and exponential decay average method. So first we used the moving average method and estimated the trend and then removed it from the time series. And then we performed the stationarity test. After that, we used the second method and then again removed the trend by using the second method. Now we compared the result of stationary test on both the method. Then we found the moving average method better. So after this we applied our next transformation, that is differencing the time series, and again after differencing we performed the stationarity test and we found the results of differencing better than the removing trend. So now we applied one more technique for making the time series stationary, that is decomposition. So we decomposed the time series into its various components and used the residual component, and after that we performed the stationarity test on residual component. But when we compared the result of stationary test on residual component and the difference time series, then we found the results of difference time series better. So we used the difference time series. Then for measuring the autocorrelation, we use Durbin-Watson statistics test, which gave the value 2.1657, which means that there is no autocorrelation. Now we have plotted the ACF and PACF charts. After that, we implemented the AR model, that is autoregressive model, with P equals to 2, D equals to 1 and Q equals to 0, and we got RSS of 0.3834. After that, we implemented the ME model, which is moving average model. So the RSS from this model comes to be 0.3835. Then we implemented our ARIMA model, that is auto regressive integrated moving average. In this, we take the value of P, D, and Q all one. Then in ARIMA model also the RSS is coming 0.381. So it is clearly indicated that we succeeded in implementing the ARIMA. Now, even though the RSS score has already indicated that the model is very accurate, now we tested the quality of model implemented. For this job, we used Akaike information criterion, and the result come out to be minus 1.454. So this is a very small value. So this also indicates that the quality of model implemented is good. Then moving on, here we have our log scale predictions. After that, this is our forecast. Status of research paper. We have submitted our paper in International Journal of Agriculture, Innovation, Technology and Globalization, and this paper is under review.